On September 12, 2023, investigative journalist Jaime Mausson shocked the world during a presentation to Mexico's Congress as he wheeled out what he alleged to be mummified alien bodies, or as the cool kids have been saying, non-human bodies.
I like to use the term non-human. I don't like to denote origin.
Many quickly dismissed this as a hoax.
That mother back there is not real.
A fair conclusion, given that Mausson is the same man that told the world that this skinned squirrel monkey was an alien being, and this arts and crafts project was a demon fairy. What's next? Miniature three-fingered reptilian greys? Right. So here we are, another obvious hoax. But not so fast. There is much more to the story that the mainstream media isn't telling you, and I promise it's quite incredible. So get ready to strap in and swipe right as we explore the real story behind these non-human mummies. While the Mexican hearing is when these mummies took center stage, the story begins 7 years earlier, when they were uncovered in western Peru by a group of tomb robbers. Following the discovery, the group's leader, Mario, presented them to local archaeologist Jaime. Jaime initially believed the specimens were authentic and warranted further investigation. Shortly thereafter, Mausson commenced his process of trying to take credit for the discovery, which, so far, is working better than he expected. In early 2018, Mausson was accompanied to Peru by various independent doctors, researchers, and scientists to study and examine these bodies. Jaime also told the Peruvian government about the findings, but they wanted no part in studying or examining the mummies. The Peruvian government acted rather suspicious with respect to the discoveries in general, but more on that later. Following their arrival, the doctors, researchers, and scientists were refused access to the tomb where the bodies were uncovered, and it was evident that Mario was interested primarily in compensation. Not entirely shocking, since this is a man that robs graves for a living. After some friendly negotiation and perhaps a few illegal bribes, the group gained access to two small, mummified bodies appearing to be of the same species. One of these bodies was Josefina, who was also presented to Mexico's Congress. These bodies resembled the gray alien species that has been reported regularly throughout history. They vary in size, but are quite small, between 47 centimeters and 58 centimeters in length. They possess 3 fingers and 3 toes. Their skulls are elongated, with fused lower jaws and no teeth, with a host of additional non-human features, such as having a single lower arm bone, no ankles or metatarsals, and reptile-like skin and fingernails. According to paleontologist Cliff Miles, some of these features are unlike any creature within our current fossil record. Additionally, 2 of the smaller female mummies, including Josefina, carried eggs, and it was determined by Dr. Dmitry Galtecki that the eggs contained embryos. The group was also presented with a larger mummified body called Maria. Maria was found in the fetal position, but is estimated to be approximately 5.5 feet tall when standing upright. Similar to the smaller bodies, Maria also has 3 fingers and 3 toes, but they are freakishly long with extra joints. She has an enlarged cranium, about 19% larger than a normal human. Her skull is thick bone, and she has ear canals, but no evidence of having any ears. Using carbon-14 dating, Maria is estimated to be approximately 1,750 years old, and the smaller bodies tested were estimated to be about 1,200 years old. Interestingly, the bodies were preserved with cadmium chloride, a substance that requires advanced chemical processes and was only discovered 150 years ago. Back in 2018, DNA samples were pulled from both Maria and a smaller mummified body called Victoria. Interesting name choice for the decapitated mummy, but I digress. The bodies were also subject to CT scans and X-rays, the results of which were distributed to different laboratories around the world. On the morning of November 19, 2018, Cusco Congressman Armando Mercado presided over a hearing on the mummies, and the doctors and scientists presented their findings on the data. In general, all came to the conclusion that the anatomical structure of all mummies was different than humans. The mummies were far too complex to be counterfeited. The DNA of the mummies does not coincide with any form of organic life on Earth, with Maria possessing 30% human DNA and Victoria possessing only 25% human DNA. Following these scientific presentations, an angry Peruvian archaeologist took the stage and refuted all the data on the basis of the operation being illegal and chain of custody issues. He did not address the scientific evidence presented. No Peruvian scientists supported the continuance of the investigation, which was shut down shortly after the hearing. The bodies were then transferred to a local university for additional research and testing, and that is where they remained until Jaime Mausson's grand entrance. The circumstances surrounding how Mausson managed to smuggle the bodies into Mexico remain unclear. TSA oversight, perhaps? In any event, Mausson is now facing criminal charges from the Peruvian government. This turn of events is particularly surprising, considering the Peruvian government's lack of interest in these bodies from the outset. More recent test results conducted by other scientists have provided further confirmation that these mummified bodies were once living organisms, and retired paleontologist Cliff Miles has released a 266-page paper making the same conclusion. We are not saying these bodies are 100% authentic. It's impossible for individuals without the appropriate scientific credentials to definitively determine their authenticity, but dismissing them outright as a hoax would be ignoring the conclusions of numerous independent scientists and medical professionals around the world. If these are a hoax, the skill and attention to detail that went into it is off the charts. With the public's attention now focused on these bodies and the opportunity for further study and academic exploration, there is optimism for uncovering more answers. If these mummified remains are, in fact, genuine, the implications extend far beyond rewriting the rich history of the Nazca region. Such a finding would have a profound impact on the history and collective consciousness of human beings worldwide. Therefore, it is essential to remain open-minded and await further scientific investigation. We will be continuing to follow this story as it unfolds, so if you enjoy the content, make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.